Here, hold on. So I have. What's up, Occult? Nice to see you, buddy. Um, all right, I kind of got this down. So what you're seeing behind me is the hammock tarp, and I got my hammock and a cup of coffee. Man, this hammock is so comfortable right now. I've been dozing off throughout the day. It's been kind of nice between that and the GDP. Oh, it's been a good day. I've kind of relaxed, recharging my battery, re-energizing myself. What's going on, Occult? How's your day been going? Mm. Nothing like a good cup of coffee. Um, Too bad it doesn't. It takes like almost 2 weeks or 10 days to be able to get one of my products. Maybe I might work with Jeremy and do something like that where uh, I have my one of my coffee cups sent to him so that the next time he sends me a care package, he can put that in there. Because he seems to send them every so often. So I don't need it in a hurry, but it's something I would like to replace this with. Mm. Okay, out in nature, homeless but doing well. Well, that's good. At least you're doing well. Keep that positive mental attitude. So, what's up, Kung Fu? What's up, Beth? How are you? Okay. Friar Tuck just got off work. Hope all is going well. Wish I was out there on the trails myself. Well, I'm still in Gainesville. I won't be out on trail until probably towards the end of next week because I have an interview with the director of basically what he does is he comes up and what's the word? So like all the different services that come into Grace, he's the one that coordinates that. And so for there's a lot of people that ask me questions about like, hey Tuck, I want to do this. Hey Tuck, what do you think about this? Hey Tuck, and I want to answer the questions and I do it the best I can based upon, from my experience, what I know and what my knowledge is. But at the same time, this guy, he does it for a living and, he's done a great job in pulling together all the different services. And I think that he is an unsung hero at Grace, regardless of all the other crap that goes on there. And so I'm looking forward to interviewing him. And so that's Tuesday. So I have 3 meetings on Tuesday. I have Ion on Tuesday. I have the ad agency on Tuesday, and then I have the interview to do a video with Lee up at Grace. So it's going to be a very, very busy Tuesday, and it's going to take me till Wednesday to get all that digested. Plus Monday is when I get paid so I can order my underquilt. So when I order my underquilt, what I plan on doing is I want to get the Vulcan, but I might end up going for the one step down. It really depends. I really want to get the Vulcan though. What's up, Joe? Nice to see you, buddy. So, damn, bro, still in the tent. Not in the tent. Actually, I just got my hammock today, so now I got enough of you in here. Let me show you this. Let me show you this hammock. Sam, chill. Okay, hold on. You guys are gonna want to see the dog too. Hold on. Trying to keep everything from falling apart. Okay. There's the dog, for all of you that like to see the dog. As you see, one of the things I really like about this is look how long these straps are. These straps are freaking long, okay? So, like, that's one of the things about a hammock that is, most of the hammock straps that you get. So let me show you here. So this is the Shanty Life Outfitters. This was because of a donation that was made to me. I was able to purchase this, and I'm going to show you my trekking poles that I got because there is a little peg. Let me see if I can get to it. Oh fuck. So there's a little peg right there. That's where my trekking pole goes through, so that I could turn this into a tent or like a kind of like an A-frame if I need to. But as you see, here it comes out. It's got lightweight stakes. The heavy part of it, really, it's not really pieced out. It doesn't feel really heavy. I don't know, but it has a separate bug net, okay? And as you guys can see, and I like the fact that it's green and black. So as you can see this here, and also one of the things I was looking at is kind of how it would be able to shed the rain. And this is exactly what I needed. I should have gotten this. I wish I would have known about this before I looked at the whatchamacallit, before I would have looked at the night cat, because I would have gotten this and would have been so much happier. One of the things, so a couple of the things that I really like about this, hold on as I'm trying to get back in my hammock and not screw everything up. Okay. Oops, there went my, okay, so let's see here. All right, we got this. Let's see what we've got. Gotta love the Bible Karens, yeah. Of course, but you know what? They're trolls. We like trolls. Sometimes trolls are interesting. So if you know a expert to match up people with services, you are a coordinator of resources availability for individuals you meet. Yeah, well, not only that, I've got it now that I've got my laptop. One of the things I'm going to be working on is I need to start working on developing my website and getting resource pages up, because as I go through areas, as I make connections, there's going to be, I want to be able to have people come to the website as a way, at least for the homeless community, to be able to come to the website and find like where are effective services that are going to help them. But it's going to be geared towards the person who is coming out, first time coming out, or you know, they're coming out, they're not dealing with an addiction, they're not dealing with mental health, it's an economics issue. That's going to be the target audience that I really want to make sure to target, because Johnny Bravo and Economic Ninja were both talking today about how there's bank runs, but it's not people doing a run on the bank, it's the banks doing the run on a Fed. And it's getting so bad because of the unrealized gains are now starting to become realized gains. And now the banks are losing their ass off. So if you've got money in the bank, remember there is a bail-in. And the FDIC has said that it is, what's the word, defunct. So, yeah, I mean, that's just kind of, be prepared. What's up, Lucky Larry? Would you rather be gay or a cop? That's a trick question. So, nice setup you have there. Yeah, thanks, Beth. Thanks, Marion. Okay. So, but yeah, it just, it is what it is. So, Jeremy gave me some suggestions. I don't know if he's told me this before, but this is the first time I remember him telling me, and I think, I think I do. I want to follow his advice. So I'm going to start color coding my videos. I got to go back and look at how he suggested the color coding, because it was perfect. You know, I might be able to kind of tailor some things around, but I think I'm going to start doing that with the videos. I need to start going back and remaking some of the videos that I did that were like way back when. Now that I have figured out I'm getting much better retention now. So people are watching my videos longer. People are really starting to gravitate towards the channel. Things are really looking good, and I want to say thank you for all of you that participate in all of this. So sure enough, decent farm animals. There's plenty of good cops. Yeah, but you know what? Once you've met a dirty cop, you'll never trust a cop again. And I've met 3 in my lifetime. One was in LA. One was in Lane County, Oregon, and the other one was in the Space Coast here in Florida. The one here in the Space Coast was a sheriff who said, "Fuck the Constitution, I don't give a damn." So, sure enough, decent farm. Okay, yeah. Hey, what's up, Tanya? Nice to see you. Okay, am I homeless? Yes, I'm homeless. So let's see, what did I do today? We woke up, I had breakfast, and then Sam and I went and had second breakfast. So that's Sweet Tuck. It came with a tarp, and how much did it cost? This, so it came with a $10 coupon, so I got it for $100. But it's normally like $110 to $120, depends upon where you get it. But this is not a very, this is the only thing that Shanty Line Outfitters, yeah, SLO. This is the only product that they have on there. It's just this bundle, and that's it. So if you go and you find it, you know, they're not gonna have like an underquilt from them or anything. So now that I actually like this. I think I'm gonna stick with this because for what I need, and I'm gonna wait until some big rains come before I make a full-on decision of like, okay, this is the brand I'm gonna stick with. If I need to replace it, I'm just gonna buy another one. I'm gonna stick with that, and I might even try and form a partnership with these guys because one, I love the colors. My favorite color is emerald green. So okay. Where do you arrange food from? So I get my food drop shipped from Amazon. I do a lot of the freeze dried foods. So let me see if I can pull, like, here, I'll show you one thing. So I have like beef stew, I have chicken Alfredo, but this is my milk. Okay. So yeah, imagine a cop coming back by here seeing that bag of white powder. Could you imagine? Oh my God, I'm gonna be cop of the year. Fuck, it's milk. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for 110 bucks, it wasn't bad. So, and hey guys, if you want me to read your comments, please put them in caps. It makes it easier for me to read them and to pay attention, because sometimes you guys have side conversations that go on, and that's cool. I encourage that, but this is so that I'm not getting caught up in a side conversation, you know, trying to catch up, going, what the hell are people talking about? So what's up, Rails? Nice to see you. What do I do, Tanya? Well, I'm a YouTuber. This is what I do full time. I don't, only in the last couple months have I actually started making any money that, like, you know, something more than just like a hand to mouth type thing. So I'm up to probably about $600 or $700 a month. Whereas like up until a couple months ago, like the first year and a half, I was lucky to make $100 or $200 in my tip jar. I was lucky to, you know, get a payout every other month from YouTube AdSense and stuff like that. So a lot has started picking up, not only because of a video, but because I kind of figured out where I was going wrong. And as you guys see, like if you go look at my other videos, like prior to a month ago or even 2 months ago, most of my videos barely got like 500-600 views. Now my videos are getting a couple thousand views every time. So I hope you find a beautiful house to live in soon. I don't know. I'm not really looking for a house to live in, like, per se. I'm more or less looking for it like this. So let's just say I decided I wanted to stay here in Gainesville for the winter. Okay, I'll go rent a room, stay here in Gainesville, enjoy Gainesville, do a lot of work, get my stuff done. Me and Sam, we have our own place to stay in. Spring comes. Sam, leave it alone. You know, spring comes. And it's like, okay, time to go out, time to roam, you know, go get my, you know, sort my oats, stuff like that. Go to a different place, do part of a trail or whatever. And then from there, you know, the next winter I'd be in a different place. I'd just, you know, pick a room and just keep doing it like that. So I wouldn't do, that's advertising, by the way, for those of you that don't know. So, but anyways, what's up, Tuck? Do okay in the hurricane? Oh yeah, the hurricane was pretty easy. Helene was worse than the last one that came through here. Nice to see you, Joshua. For those of you who don't know Joshua, well, actually, he was I took a clip of him working on a computer in my original intro that I created. And so, yeah, he was a kid I met when I was in Cincinnati the first time. He was over in Covington. He's, I don't know, did you ever get your podcast going? Did you ever get anything like that going, man? So, what's up, Cherokee? Nice to see you. I hope you find a beautiful... I do too, Tanya. I finally found an interesting human. I'm not that interesting. You are so well spoken. I am sure people would love to work with you. I think people want to work with me, but my vice in life, not even my vice, but one of my shortcomings is I'm idealistic. I see the world a certain way, and I see that the world's supposed to be a certain way, and I hold the world accountable for not being that way. I'm not unrealistic about it. I've taken a lot of time to really search things down to like the core, the root, the simplistic form of like, okay, this is like normal behavior from humans, and this is not good behavior from humans. And so you know, I that kind of gets in the way of some things, and that is what holds me back from time to time. I'm idealistic, but in order to be a passionate person, to be able to do what I do, you got to be somewhat of an idealist. Can people donate to you? Yes, if you go down into the description, there's my Cash App, there's my PayPal, and then there's my website. So Cash App and my website are the easiest ways because it costs me the least. PayPal is the most expensive way to send me money if you want to do something like that. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. What's your problem? My problem is I got brain damage. So and just I'm a different type of person. Okay, so for those of you that are new here, let me tell you a story, and this will kind of give you guys some clarification for those of you that have been here for a while. Let me give you some clarification, then I'll catch up on chat, okay, guys? I know you guys want me to keep up on chat, but you also want me to be entertaining, so I'm trying to find that healthy balance. So when I first had my work accident, for the first 11 years I was hospitalized 11 times. I would go like 1 or 2 years without being hospitalized, and then I'd be hospitalized twice within like 6-8 months. Okay, and it was hell until finally I started making some changes in my life, started doing some self realization, and kind of doing my own thing, trying to put myself together, because all the places that I sought help were not helping me. So since I couldn't get any help and I started fixing it myself, probably about 5 years go by, and I'm dating this girl, and I got to take her to the crisis center because she's having a mental meltdown. And I'm like, I don't understand why you're having a mental meltdown. Um, but she was. And so while she was in there talking to the crisis center, I pulled one of the shrinks aside and I said, hey, what's weird is that for like the first 11 years, hospitalized 11 times. Last 5 years, haven't been hospitalized. I've been pretty balanced. Everything's been good. This is the lifestyle that I've been living. I've been living through the whole Freeman thing. I've taken 2 houses using adverse possession. I've done all this stuff, right? And I said, why is it that I haven't been hospitalized for the last 5 years, but I was hospitalized on average of once a year for the first 11 years? And he said, you know what? Sometimes people do better outside of the system than they do inside of the system. The inside of the system can be toxic to them. And you just might be one of those people that is going to thrive being independent and outside the system than you will as being somebody who's inside the system. And so that was a big eye opener. A lot of what I do and how I live, because just kind of it helps me keep myself balanced and sane, is I kind of got to live outside the system. And sometimes that means being homeless, or sometimes that just means doing Freeman stuff like operating behind an LLC and running your own legal processes, writing your own contracts, stuff like that. Those colors blend well with the woods. Looking forward to your road test reports. Yeah, Kung Fu, I'm going to be talking about this a lot. So no, not yet. I'm at mom's, getting ready soon, hopefully. Really nice and peaceful where I'm at. Well, you know what, Josh, you better hurry up. There's not much time left. I mean, by the time you get around to it, there'll be a new not just a new platform, but a new way of people communicating, because social media is only going to be around for so long. And that's kind of why a content creator that wants to be around for a long time, that's why they build a website, so that as things change, their audience can transition to the different mediums over time, because those are like their super fans and stuff like that. So you can only hold yourself accountable for seeing the world this way then. Yeah, self-accountability is really important. What's your Cash App? I'll donate. Okay, 75,000. Okay. Yeah, I had somebody say they were gonna donate like 100,000. That's really not true. The people that say that stuff, people generally don't donate more than maybe $20. Usually it's like a 5 or a 10, or like 3 or 8. It's usually it's less than $20 most of the time. Sometimes people will put like 25, 100, 200 in, but that's rare, and those are generally so that I can, like, the person that put 180 in for this, to help me get this. I mean, that's why I put it in there. He didn't just give it to me to like, here, go have fun. It was like, okay, you need to get out of that tent. You need to get into something that's workable and that's durable and stuff like that. So he made sure that, to kick me down something. So that's kind of how I've, there's been a lot of great people that have helped me along the way. And I gotta say, I really appreciate it, that those of you that do help me, including Bucknut with all this stuff. I'm really loving this GDP, big Bucknut. I'm really liking it. Oh yeah, and that tube of peanut butter, Sam and I ate that for lunch. She got a quarter of it. So I know you told me last time to make sure she got some. So she got some. And now I'm working on the Nutella. So, and thank you very much for all the other stuff too. If you want to talk to, yes. If you want me to reply to your messages, please use all caps. Do a backflip, Monkey King. Okay. Am I homeless? Yes, Mr. Pineapple, I am homeless. Truly wish you the best, Tuck. Thanks, Shell. I love your I love you, homeless boy. Okay, goated. Thanks. Please hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Kung Fu. Okay. Met a farmer who is self-sustaining for a couple of years now. I think you have similar worldview, but different lifestyles for sure. Yeah, I think that you could see that. But yeah, that's part of the reason why when I've had many offers, hey, come stay with me, Tuck. And I've talked to it, I've entertained it, but at the end of the day, I can't pull the trigger because, part of being self-sufficient and at least working towards self-sufficiency is being independent. And so the moment your independence is challenged, it kind of, it can have an adverse effect to you, just kind of how you view yourself. Because if you take the dollar, then you're beholden to whoever gave you that dollar. So, okay. Why is he called Friar Tuck? I am called Friar Tuck because about 15 years ago, I went through like a whole bout with suicide when I got out of the mental hospital after 23 days. I met some kids. I was kind of going through my own spiritual revival, and they named me Friar Tuck. And over the years, I've realized that I've embodied the name Friar Tuck. So Friar Tuck is part of the Brotherhood of St. Francis of Assisi. St. Francis of Assisi gave up all of his wealth to serve the homeless. They are an actual brotherhood. There are actual friars. I have met them. I've got to learn a lot about friars. It helped me understand what the name Friar Tuck really means, which is generally an advocate for the poor, the downtrodden, and the not necessarily the underprivileged, but it's a representative for those who don't have a voice. That's really what Friar Tuck represents. And in Robin Hood, the people that didn't have the voice were the poor people, because the rich people were too busy making the laws and sending the men with weapons, while they refused to allow their own people to have self-defense. So it made it, easy going. And so that was what Friar Tuck was doing in Robin Hood. He was a hero for the poor. That's why he was able to use his power, his influence, his connections to assist Robin Hood and his merry men to be able to do the right thing. Okay, so there is a lot about Friar Tuck. Daughter just went to mom's for the night. About time. Oh, you happy to get rid of her, huh? So, so your situation stems from a work-related accident. So, sorry, I wish you the best. Thank you for being awareness to homelessness. Originally, that's why I became homeless. Okay, but this time I became homeless because of economics. We're in the middle of an economic collapse. Those that have been homeless for the first time, or those that have been homeless at least once, those are going to be the first wave that come. And then the next wave is going to be the people who have never been homeless before. And you're going to have a lot of those people out. And, I am part of that first wave. And so what you see happening to me is going to happen to 30% of America. You're going to see 3 in 10 Americans that are going to end up out here on the streets because either their job gets automated, the business goes out of business, or they just can't afford to live and they still have to work full time. There are so many people that are working full time right now that are that are homeless. Like, these people are working, doing their jobs, but they can either afford food or rent, and they choose food because they want to live. I mean, you can pay rent, but then that means by the end of the month you're going to be gone anyways. So you might as well go for food, since that's going to sustain you anyways. And so now people are making a choice to go live in their car. Now we're seeing an explosion of the van life and a lot of people living in cars. So, time to get into the goodies. Oh, your little candy store, huh? Mm. Is there anything you need that you do not have? Help if I can. Well, the next two things that I need to get to complete my winter gear is I'm spending $180 for the Vulcan Eno, underquilt. That will get me down to 30 degrees, so that when I get up in the panhandle, it won't be so cold. And then the other thing that I need is, it cost me about $100, but it is merino wool. It is a base layer, top and bottom, and it's set for like 30 degrees comfort. It's like middle of the road. It's not meant for like freezing temperatures or snow, but it's meant for a cold winter, which I should be able to get. So it's like 250 count or something like that. But anyways, those are the last two things that I need for the winter, and then I am completely good. And whatever I don't get this month, I'll get next month. But I know that this month this is gonna suck being in this without an underquilt. That was kind of another reason why I delayed, because this is gonna be the first night that it's over 60 degrees for a low. It's been in the 50s and 40s for the last few nights. I always think of Kevin Costner's Robin Hood. Oh, dude, Kevin Costner is my hero. Like, if you want to talk about my favorite actor, Kevin Costner would be it. Over the years, he's the only one that is still, because I loved him in Postman and Dances with Wolves and Waterworld. Mm. Choices are made every day, bad ones mostly. Well, is there anyone around to teach you how to make good choices? I mean, wasn't that your parents' job so that they can better the next generation, or were they too busy worrying about themselves and forgot to actually, educate their children and pass down knowledge? Because that seems to be what the real problem is in society, is that we are going through a great loss of knowledge and a dumbing down of society, because the boomers never took their knowledge and passed it down to the next generation. Generation X, which I'm the last of Gen X, Generation X is the first and only generation that's really stepping up. That's why you're seeing a lot of these videos, like, if you're over 40, you should start a YouTube channel. Because since our parents didn't pass down the knowledge that they were supposed to, the knowledge that we were able to retain, we need to pass down so that, the next generation at least has some knowledge. So right now, if you are over 40, just to be able to share a little bit of wisdom is like gold in today's society. Whereas 20 years ago, I would have been just like common run of the mill, I would have been just the same as everybody else, which is really weird. I mean, have we really eroded that bad to where, like, I went from being normal to being like abnormal? Okay. Grab mummy bag from army surplus. No, I don't need a mummy bag. I'm not doing an army surplus. I've got my puffer wolf right here. I'm good. I don't need to go grab an Army Navy bag or anything else like that. I have my sleep system. I'm going to stick to it. I know a lot of you guys disagree with my system or don't think it's right. This is what I want to do, because this is what I like and this is what's comfortable. I mean, I finally have something to sit down in instead of having to sit there and stand and do this. Okay, so, I mean, that's I have my own portable chair. That's the best part of this. So why blame others for the mistakes you have made and have not learned from? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have any fam that can help? Also, you born in... Do I have family that can help? Yeah, they do help. The family I have left, but I don't put the burden on them. My old man takes care of what he takes care of, and it allows me to run what I'm doing here. So You know, my old man in an indirect way is supporting my channel every month. He was my first investor, if you really want to look at it that way. Mm. I'm not going to talk about how old I am. I'm in my 40s though. I'm originally from Oregon. At a certain point, family gets tired of having their things stolen and sold for trying to help. Well, you know, oh glory, that's somebody who's going into a drug addiction. If you're dealing with an economics issue, it's not a drug issue, it's an economics issue. It means that you've lost your job, or not lost your job, but just can't afford rent anymore. I mean, we hear stories all the time on this channel of people, you know, their rent went from like $1,300 to $3,300 overnight as the renewal come up, just because that's how prices have gone up. And you have all this happening, and so now you have people that are losing their place, not because they don't have a job, these people are still working full time. You know, and so yeah, going to stay at mom and dad's house and stuff like that and working, but mom and dad are only going to do it for so long, and mom and dad will only be around for so long. And then what happens when that safety net is gone? Did you figure out ways to make yourself better so that you could be independent once mom and dad were gone? You know, because the way we're going back to is the feudal system, and instead of everybody having their own home, families are going to be living in a single family home. So you're going to have 3 generations in a house at all times now, because that will be the only way that people can afford to live. And I think that that's what we're going back to. So I'd never ask anyone for anything. Well, you know what? When that's actually stupid. Human beings want to help other human beings that are doing the right thing. Okay? If you do not, okay, I'll tell you a story, an easy way to tell you a story, okay? With human beings, so I was knocking doors in the neighborhood doing landscaping, went out, knocked some other doors, scared an old lady. She called the cops. Cops show up. They say, hey, we're looking for somebody in the neighborhood that was suspicious. I said, oh, well, that was probably me. I was knocking doors. This is why I'm doing it. Cop looks at me and says, you know what? I wish more homeless were like you. Gets in his car and drives off. Okay. What did that do? Okay, we live in a society where it is reward and punishment. If you don't want somebody to do something, you penalize them. You give them a harsh penalty. And if you want somebody to do something, you praise them and you reward them. So what happened in that situation? I was doing the right thing, so therefore I was praised and rewarded and given peace. And, you know, not having to deal with a dickhead cop, because the cop saw that I was doing the right thing, and instead of just, you know, he did the right thing with me by just letting me be, say you're doing the right thing and have a nice day. Because the guy sitting next to me had enough felony warrants out for him to put him away for 20 years. And because we were doing the right thing, that guy got to keep his freedom for another day. Okay? So that's a big thing when it comes to never asking people for anything. When people, if you want society to move in a certain direction, you've got to reward them for the good things that they do, and you've got to penalize them for the bad things. So how does that work in the homeless community? You know who your drug addicts are. You know who your drunks are. You know who your semi-stable people are that are actually trying to do something. You can kind of figure it out if you, I don't know, maybe it's just easy that I can figure it out. But you know, you can, if you get to know a homeless person, you can get and figure it out. If you see somebody that wants to and is moving in the right direction, would you not? Why wouldn't you reward them for their good work? Because what you're doing is you're saying, okay, this is the right thing. So now that homeless person, and so what I do, especially because of what that cop told me, hey, I wish more homeless were like you. Now when I talk to the other homeless community, it's like, this is how I make money. And you know what? The cops leave me alone. They'll actually give you, you know, like a pat on the back and stuff like that if you go out and you do legitimate work. You know, so why don't you think about going and doing something like that? Maybe I can find some work and we can partner up, things like that. And so now that gets passed through the homeless community. But you know, a lot of them, because they're in the addiction, at least the ones that are outside, because not all of the homeless are visible. I mean, like nobody knows where I'm at, because I mean, other than when I go into town and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm hidden from society. I try to interact very little with society altogether, because society frustrates me. I don't want to deal with them. And so therefore, my only connection to society is through the YouTube channel. Okay, so people up here get mocked and ridiculed for applying for jobs, and then when asked for help, get told to get a job. Not all places appreciate people who are willing to put in the work. Uh, there's no such thing. It's all feelings now. It's all that's really where it's at. Tuck, you're looking and sounding good today. You seemed weary and run down yesterday. I was much concerned about you, bud. Your aura is much improved today. Can't keep a good tuck down. No, I have my good days. I have my bad days, and I kind of got beat up over this week a lot, and it took a huge toll on me. And so, I mean, it plays. I mean, you guys could see it on my face. Even when Pebbles and I were having, I was having issues with her. You would, even she could see it in the replays when she would tell me. She's like, "Yeah, I could see it on your face. I could tell." It's just, I'm not. I don't try and hide my emotions. I just don't talk about them. I've been getting rest, and then today I took a few naps in my damn hammock. It's so comfortable. Oh, I missed my hammock. Yeah, I got to know the neighbors around here because I'm actually on the edge of an encampment. So like I said, you never go in the middle of an encampment, you go on the edge of it. That way you're not caught up in their bullshit. Okay. You stay away from the epicenter, keep to the outskirts. Now, I got to meet him, gave him some candy, gave up my pillow because apparently this came with a pillow as well, a Shanty Life pillow. Hold on, let me see if I can find the. Is it in here? No. Huh. I was kind of hoping maybe it's still in here. I can't get to it. Oh well. But they actually put a pillow in. Oh, Taylor's here! Woohoo! You still peeing in the shower? That's good. All right. Thank you for doing this because there are people who care and want to help but don't fully understand. Well, this is your opportunity to ask questions. What do you not understand? What do you want to understand? What do you need to learn? Because it's just much easier for me to answer the questions in which you have versus like taking shots in the dark and creating content to, answer a question that I think you might have. So, Tech can attest. Got my fat sack earlier. Yeah, he got his fat sack earlier. Yeah, that is definitely. Yeah, he didn't just get a fat sack. He got a fucking whole store. But you know what? That is, it's amazing the price you got though. I just joined your live. Well, thanks, Funny Bomber. Nice to see you. But yeah, if you don't understand something, if you want to understand something about homelessness, whether it's the complexities of it, whether it's how to survive out here, why I'm out here by choice. I mean, that's the question I get asked a lot. But here's the thing though. Oh, before I forget, I want to show you guys the that was a good cup of coffee. Ooh. I want to show you guys these trekking poles that I got. So they're collapsible. Okay, they cost like $25. They come with all the different it comes with all the different whatchamacallits, the attachments that you need so that you can what the hell? It comes with all the different attachments so that you can do what you need to do as far as like, what the hey? Where's the? Okay. There. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's really good. So this thing goes here. Okay. It comes with even like a thing for mud, but you sit here and therefore, and then just push it down, and then from that point is where you adjust it. Okay. But it has multiple different tips for snow, for mud, for swamps, for all that stuff. And so as you see here, this is what the Ozark Trail one did not have. This is why I wanted to get this, because when you're going up and down, you want something that is going to stick into that ground. That way, like, this would have saved my butt if I would have had this on the C&O. When I did the splits and ended up in the hospital, this would have saved my butt, because it would have dug into that mud, and it would have at least given me something, so I didn't do the splits, and I could have just picked up my feet and fell on my face instead of doing the splits, because it would have been better to not have to backtrack like 30 freaking miles. So, but this is, and it comes with like a little mud thing as well. But yeah, and then when you want to pull it, you just like that, collapse it down, and hold on, collapse it down, and then just wrap it just like that, and then it fits compactly in your bag too if you want it to. So, but I actually like these. I'm really impressed. I like the fact that I can actually compact these down in my bag, so when I don't want to use them, I've actually figured out little side compartments to put them in my bag, so that I don't even have to put them inside my bag. But this is much better than the other trekking poles that I had. So I'm actually really happy with these. This is actually cork right here. This is like a plastic rubber, okay? But 25 bucks on Amazon, and it comes with all the attachments, so that way you can do when you want. Okay, a pillow for the princess. No, I actually gave it to the guy next door because he wanted a pillow. Hey guys, just so you know, the way that I survive out here is through crowdfunding. So that is that's through my tip jar, that's through like super chats, and that's through memberships. Okay, so the early access membership is like $2.99, and so therefore you get access. You get to watch videos sometimes a week early. At least that's the way it seems to be lately. So but live streams, I don't make anything on it unless somebody puts something in either my tip jar or a super chat or something like that. So rather from a lack of good choices. No, I had a janitorial business, and we were getting shot at on the way to our appointments, and so I had 2 weeks to shut it down. So from that point, I tried to restart. The climate is not conducive to start a business that is employee dependent, and that's the problem with owning a janitorial business. Is you're employee dependent. You're making like $1 or $2 an hour per man hour for every hour that they work. So it's about how many people you can get working under you, so you can compound that $1 or $2 an hour that you're making on them. And you're not even making that anymore, because you're fighting with the migrants that are coming over, which you're doing it for like 60% less than you can. And they're paying their people $7 an hour, and they love it. You can't get an American to work for less than 20 bucks to push a broom. How do you survive in that? Oh yeah, that was my bad choices. Yeah, I made a lot of bad choices. I started a business. That was a really bad choice. No, I'm not begging, but if that's the way you want to take it, that's fine. I support myself through crowdfunding. That's how I support myself. That's what I do. So I let you guys know that. That way, if you want to be a part of what it is that I'm building, then you know how it is that I make my money. Whether you want to contribute to it or not, it does not matter. What matters is that I at least say something. So, yes, I have a family. Yes, he's homeless by choice, same as some other on here. Yeah, he talked about family about 30 minutes ago. Yeah, and you don't want me to repeat myself. I hate repeating myself. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, you guys get me going for about 45 minutes before I even notice. It's like, holy crap, where did the time go? I love this, though. I find it fascinating that I can get on twice a day and do a live stream and talk for an hour straight and share little bits and pieces, have little bits and pieces of conversation with a bunch of different people. And next thing you know, a freaking hour passes by. I would... If it wasn't for the fact that this was the end of the day, I'd probably do this a lot longer. Hey, what's up, Federal Farm Girls? So did you get to where you're supposed to be? Sounds like you got interwebs back up. So, okay. Why spend money you don't have on cigarettes? Um, because you know what? There are certain things that I, okay. No, I'm not gonna even get into this, Charles. It's not even worth it. Um, for those of you that actually care, like I said, I make money off of YouTube. I don't just make money off of the tip jar. I make money off of my memberships. I make money off of YouTube AdSense. I make money off of other things. Okay. But I also don't, I make about as much, I make less than somebody on Social Security. Just a little bit less, maybe like 300 less than somebody on Social Security. But, you know, even now, I don't, my few things that I like in life is I like to have me a cup of coffee. I like to have me a cigarette. Okay. And if I'm lucky, I even get a bowl. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Those are my creature comforts in life other than my hammock. You know, you know, being out here, you don't get very many nice things. So being able to have some nice things, you know, being able to afford a cup of coffee, a pack of smokes, that's important to me. So, but for some, that may not be important to you. But when you have nothing else, it's the small things, it's the simple things that you learn to value. Eat a booger, $3. No, I'm sorry, I don't do that. I'll eat a booger, but I'm not going to do it for $3. Okay, it's not about the booger. It's about the $3. I don't do parlor tricks. I'm not here. Yeah, no, you can't shit on my chest for $20. What's up, Feral Farm Girl? Glad to see you. So, sometimes it's better to be homeless and live your own life than to be stuck with family, especially when you get to a certain age, hobo. Actually, no, that's hogo. Okay, yeah, especially when you get to a certain age. It is, I'm in my 40s. I don't want to be living in my mother's basement. I learned how to be independent so many years ago that, you know, when things fall apart, my go-to is go homeless, restart, rebuild my life, do something different, because I just keep taking shots in the dark, figuring out, okay, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Is that gonna work? And, you know, I started a business and that worked, and then it didn't work. And now I'm trying this and it's gonna work until it no longer works. So, and then I'll figure something else out. It's what I always do. But, you know, when my whole world goes to shit, when my shit hits the fan, uh, what I do is I go homeless and I rebuild my life. And this is the best place to be able to turn over a new leaf, reinvent yourself, turn your life around to where you want it to be. Because you have little overhead, little expenses, and there is enough of a safety net out there to allow you to survive somewhat. Okay, so just do that, and rebuild yourself from the ground up. Play the long game. You know, where do you see the world in 10 years? Can you get ahead of the curve? Tuck, when you transition to a van, have you thought about a SUV instead? I had a van once and they can be life sucking. Yeah. Um I would do a I would do, it would be very hard to do, but I would be willing to do a Kia Sorento or like a Ford Exploder. You know, the big ones, the Suburban, the one that's like, you know, it's longer than a truck bed. You know, that something like that. I would be open to. So no, that isn't until after the 4th of November. Oh, okay. Well, good to see you then. So, okay. Um, but he does have the money to spend at Charles. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I make a little bit of money off of what I do. You guys are crowdfunding me because you believe in what I'm doing and you want to contribute in your own way. We have picked up, I have picked up 15 new members in the last couple of weeks on the early access over here on YouTube, and I have picked up another 5 members over on Patreon. So we're growing. It's slow and steady, and you know I'm putting things out there and trying to get better. But you know, what are the biggest challenges on the street? Mm, Logistics. If they don't have the services set up right, you spend most of your time wasting going from place to place, standing in line, hurry up and waiting, trying to get to the front of the line because there's only limited services, and if you're too far back, you don't get them. That is probably one of the biggest challenges, being homeless, in my opinion. Okay, fair enough. Okay. You don't have to explain yourself, Tuck. You're working and living life. Some people aren't just. I understand that. Sometimes I feel like I don't feel guilty about the memberships, and I don't feel guilty about the ad revenue. But part of me feels guilty about the tip jar when I ask for it a lot. Like, but I do have people that just randomly put it in without me even saying anything, and that times I don't feel guilty. But I don't like asking. But I'm at a point where as I go from making daily videos to making twice a week, I'm getting views, but it's taking me a lot longer, and so I'm needing the contributions more to allow me to focus on making better quality videos. And so I'm at least trying to make it to where um, you know, uh, those that are investing in me are at least seeing a return on their investment by improved quality. But it's like I'm looking forward to the day where I don't have to rely on the tip jar. But as of now, I do, and it does make me feel a little guilty because I don't like asking. But a closed mouth never gets fed. Still homeless. Get a job. I have a job. So what's worse, spending money on smokes that he makes, or taking in free content than ridiculing a homeless guy online? Are you thinking before you type? Jeremy, I love you. You are awesome. Okay. I know you get hate on here. Sorry for that. Do you get hate on the streets? You have there. The world is turned into Karens. People are so destructive in their own lives that they feel that they need to be destructive in yours. And so now, because they can't control their own life, now people are trying to control others. I mean, that's even what happens in our political system. You have some Karen that doesn't like something, even though there's already a law in the book. She wants a law in the book that does it her way. And so now all of a sudden you've got like 3 or 4 different laws on the books that do the same damn thing. So yeah, that is something that definitely that is something that yeah, it's just I uh yeah, you get hit on the streets, but that's part of the reason why I avoid society. Okay, so we got a super chat here. Let's say Suzanne, thank you very much. Hold on, let me see. Okay, you are doing exactly what other streamers are doing. This is a job for you, so don't feel bad for asking for donations. Ignore ignorant comments. Well, thank you very much, Suzanne. Much appreciated. So, and you're the first person to actually put a full comment in there, and I appreciate that as well. So yeah, if you guys, super chats get the get yeah, they get moved to the front of the line. If you have like a pressing question you want answered, and you don't have time to wait around, do a super chat. Put your question in there. Okay, prior tricks shit on your chest. Parlor trick shit on your chest. Yeah, I know. Well, there was actually a guy in New York. There's a very, very popular story out of a guy in New York who got paid $20 by a guy so that he could crap on his chest. And the guy was so desperate for the $20 that he took it and let the other guy crap on his chest. So it's a story of humiliation, but it's also a story of like, yeah, it's more of a story of humiliation within the homeless community, because it's like, if you're that desperate to let somebody shit on your chest, you've got to be pretty damn desperate. I hope it was worth it. And others, okay. So some people just have more knocks in life than others, and not everyone has the same opportunities and or circumstances. I have a Ford Econoline, and it's fantastic. Ooh, that would be nice. An Econoline would be really, really nice. Okay. Um, biggest production truck ever made. Yeah. What's up, Alfred? Nice to see you. Ford Excursion. Likes and subs are free to help a ton. Okay. I maybe have some work lined up at the new place, though. Cross fingers. Well, Feral Farm Girl, I know you might be adverse to it, but you should also look into the digital economy when you can. Make that another hustle. That way you've got a plan B in case plan A doesn't work out as well as you want it to. So I'm just making sure, because I'm in an area that was cleared out months ago, and so the cops stopped looking, but you still don't want to bring attention to yourself as well. When does the OnlyFans portion of the live stream start? I don't do OnlyFans. So hi from Kentucky. Hey, what's up, Stuart? What part of Kentucky? Thomas, usually around 8:30, simulcast on Patreon. Yeah, be patient. Stay positive, Tuck, and keep doing positive things, and the channel will continue to grow. Yes, but the thing is what I really need to do is worry about the. I'm putting out a message. I'm trying to motivate people to take action in their community to help mitigate what is coming. I need, this is like the whole goal of my channel is to figure out how do we save those that are coming out that are going to be caught up in this economic collapse? How do we save them? Because when the dust settles, do we want to be a nation of zombies, or do we want to dust ourselves off and start anew? And the way everything's going is we're going to be a nation of zombies. We need to come together and really motivate within our community. So this is something that I'm pushing for, and I'm trying to push for it as hard as I can, but I can only move as far as, because I need people to be a part of this. I can't do it all on my own. Not only do I not have the money, but I don't have the reach and all the other stuff that I would need to be able to get a decent sized event going on. I'm having to partner and collaborate with other individuals, and trying to get those people to come around. That is going to be the hard part. So type 1 if you think Tuck shaved his taint this AM. Type 2 if you think he's still all wild down there. Big reveal on Patreon after the stream. Oh my God! So now I have to show my taint. Don't feel guilty. I gave big. We're all adults here and know what we're doing. Yes, I understand that, but some people have unrealistic expectations too, Lucky Larry. People are still human. That's when people say, oh, well, I love dogs. It's like, great, I'm glad you like dogs, but other people don't like dogs, and so I don't know if you like dogs or not, so I'm going to presume that you don't like dogs until you tell me you do like dogs. So oh, cool, our first Triple H comment. Okay, I like helping out with seeing and furthering your travels. I really appreciate that, Lucky Larry. I'm really glad, because you've become an important part of the whole live stream quite a while ago. So I'm glad that you're still here and that you find value in it. So shitty story. Okay. They both win. Okay. Are you ready to Triple H? There's another one. No, I'm not. What prevents you from getting a better live right now? I need a van. And that will put me in a better life, because then I will be able to start. Because what I really want to do is I want to start going around to these not-for-profits, like I said I wanted to do with the website. Well, I got to go find these not-for-profits. They're not going to just show up on my front door. And the only way I'm going to be able to find those Samantha, get your ass back here now. Oi, one. Little girl, I'm about to tie you up. Kick it down, now. 1, 2. You better kick it down, now. All right, kick it down. So now she wants to be, no, I said kick it down, now. 1, 2. I've learned that when I count, usually she does it by 1. 2 if she's just trying to be defiant. 3 if she really wants to test me. Mm. Okay. He's Trooper H, old stunt double. Okay, yeah. Are you homeless? Yeah, I am. Trent from Punchy. Yes, I have been recording stuff, so I'll edit it on my downtime, start putting out vids by the time my current situation is over. Hopefully should be over. Well, if you ever need help or you want to collaborate, reach out to me. I mean, there's a lot of content creators on here, so network with us, okay? We're a community, we help each other. I need to look up who Triple H is. That's funny. Triple H is actually an amazing story. I find it to be a compliment that people say that I look like him. Uh, no, okay, so what's up, Joanna? Nice to see you. Trump 2024. Oh, you already got to, hold on, I'll show her in just a minute because it's starting to get dark out here. We've hit that hour mark. What do we reach out to you on? If you want to reach out to me, you have to email me, friartuck@hobotuck.com. That's my website. That's going to be where you're going to get the best response for me. I've tried to keep up on Messenger and stuff, but I really don't. I've tried to keep up on other platforms. I'm very old school. I'm kind of in the age group that makes me old school. So am I gonna vote? Why? It's already going for Trump. Why would I even want to go waste my time? Trump's already won the election. I don't even need to vote. So and I haven't voted since McCain-Obama. That was the last time I voted. Oh God, I had to plug my nose and vote for McCain. Honestly, if I could go back and do it, I would have voted for Obama. Now that I'm older and wiser, that still would have been the better choice. Okay, I love the selfless and authentic message. Keep it up. Well, thanks, Suzanne. I'm old school too. I'm over 45. Well, you keep whittling down your age, so you're between 45 and 100 now. And you got a dad, so that means he's probably the oldest man in the world at like 120, 125. So, I gotta keep giving you shit. Wait, what the fuck? Isn't really. Smoking leads to cancer. Does anyone else know this? Government really should put labels on them. Yeah, I know, right? Trump is losing to... no, not from what I hear. Especially like North Carolina, Kamala Harris is pretty much... Nobody's going to vote for Kamala Harris. Not unless they're dead or they're in the pet cemetery. Yes, Joe, I'm homeless. A guy who has the girlfriend named Bambi or something like that. You mean you talking about Pebbles? No, she wasn't my girlfriend. She was somebody that I was talking to, but she never showed up. So, and guess what though? I know she's still alive because she is now a member of the early access. So she is a new member. I got to see that today. So, so she's watching in the background. At least we know she's still okay. So, but hey Jeremy. Okay. Let's see. Check with the polls. Okay. Much love. Okay. Subbed. Well, thank you. How'd you get that on your name? That check mark. Is that something you did with code? Okay. Let's see. I'm just going through looking for. Okay. So, let me show Sam real quick for Joanna. There's Sam. Say hi, Sam. Yeah, wag that tail. You know what? A lot of people like you for some odd reason. Yeah, she sees a squirrel. Between squirrels and birds, she goes nuts. Yeah. Check mark means verified. I thought that was only on, because I'm verified. I have to get verified in order to be a content creator. They had to get my ID, and I had to do like a face verification, talk to them over the phone. They had to get my social security number, all that crap. So, okay. Do I have a job? Yes, it's called YouTube. All right. Well, hey, at least Sam gets all the loving from all the girls, and none of the girls give me the attention. They all love her, and they all hate me. You know, it really sucks when you're walking down the street and you see this really hot blonde, like really sassy looking blonde, and you're just like, oh man, she's giving me the oogle eyes, and then you look down and realize that she's been oogling your dog the whole time. You know, she was supposed to be a wingman, but she's her. I apparently am her wingman. So everybody wants to take her home. What's white dope for money? White dope is, well, if you don't know what white dope is, think about it. I can tell in 10 seconds. Cry me. Dude, I haven't just cried a river. I've cried an ocean. So, I got new down bag coming. Nice. $600 bag for $200. It's used for repair from manufacturer. All I did was call and ask for a defective one. That's pretty good, Lucky Larry, but I don't see why you didn't just buy it brand new. I mean, you know, that way you don't have to worry about it, because once a defect, always a defect, huh? All right, well, that's good, Lucky Larry. All right, guys, so it is after 7. As you see, I'm in the dark. You guys can't really see me. You can see my outline. That's about it. We could do a conspiracy video like this. Did you know? No. All right. Once you get your van down by the river, you'll move on up. Yeah. Oh, that is one of my favorite. Chris Farley was one of my favorite actors until he OD'd on coke. I loved him in Tommy Boy. Honestly, I still use the line, you know, when somebody asks me for my signature, I offer to give them my Herbie Hancock. And I love the whole fat guy in a little coat. So, sleep well, giggle hard. Oh, I will. All right, guys, thanks for being here. You guys know how to help the channel. Description is all the tip jar, all that other stuff, memberships. Otherwise, become a sub, and I will see you Monday. Monday morning will be my first live stream, and so I'm going to do the morning live streams Monday through Friday, and then I'm going to do the evening live streams Monday through Saturday, at least while I'm in the city. Once I get out on trail, it's subject to signal, and then, yeah, we'll move forward from there. But thanks, guys. I will see you in the next live stream.